Yeah, guys, it could be for either of you. Did Serginho explain what made him so angry? There didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary, so far out of the ordinary as to produce what we saw.
No, there was no explanation. The best guess that we have is he thought there was a foul down in the attacking half, and then maybe felt that the ball didn't go out of play on the ball that I played over to him. But I don't think either one of those really warrant the reaction that came.
Next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Thanks. Tim, I wonder, obviously I saw you had words with Serginho on the field. What was said at halftime? What do you say to him, even after the game, to try to move the team forward or try to move forward with him? And how does that process go now for Serginho with the group?
Yeah, I think words with him would be putting it nicely, to be completely honest with you. And there were a lot of choice words had at halftime, but at the end of the day, it was we had to focus on the second half. So we couldn't focus on that situation at the time. So it was dig in. We have 45 minutes to try to get a result and make sure that we were going to obviously advance to Nations League, but ultimately qualify for Copa. So there's not too many things that I can say here publicly that we said privately.
Next will be Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
This is for Tim. Actually, this is for both of you, either who you want to answer it, really. This feels a lot kind of like the qualifying for the World Cup in a way, in that, you kind of go in and you have this achievement, but you guys can't really celebrate it just because of the way the game was played. Are you guys able to kind of enjoy this a little bit? Obviously, you have the Copa America coming up. Are you able to kind of take anything away from this now that you can kind of look ahead to what's to come from it?
Okay. Yeah, it's obviously bittersweet because every single game, similar to the Costa Rica game, the last game of qualifying, every game we want to win, and we're aware that away games in CONCACAF are tough. We by no means turned up thinking it's going to be easy, taking it in for granted, and it stings a bit more because we were comfortable in the game until we go down to 10 men. So it's disappointing. I feel like even after we went down to 10 men, we still wanted to win the game, but. In the end, the goal is, making the semis of the Nations League and the Copa America, and we've achieved it. So the best thing we can do now is just turn around and look forward to that.
We'll go to Henry Bushnell from Yahoo.
Thanks, Michael. Tim and Anthony, appreciate your time. Just to follow up on, Tim, something you said earlier, I totally understand that you're not going to share what was said in the locker room at halftime or before the game, but, what do you guys feel in that moment when one of your teammates, clearly lets down the team and just loses his emotions, and you guys as the 10 players remaining on the field have to deal with that? What is going through your head in that moment?
Disappointment, but I think overall it's a complete lack of respect for the guys that are playing, for the guys that are on the bench. A feeling of a lack of respect for the game itself, for the referees. We knew, and we talk about it every time we come down here. Every time you're in a CONCACAF game, that anything can happen. So, not to give an excuse, for anything like that to happen. So, for me, just a feeling of disrespect, to be completely honest with you, and that's something that he needs to understand, because it completely changes the game, but then it completely changes any type of potential plan of guys coming in and subs off the bench, throws that completely out of whack. So just disrespect overall.
Next will be Stephen Goff from the Washington Post.
Anthony, given what Tim has just said, and Greg mentioned that people get second chances, and that Serginho's a young player. What's it going to take for Serginho to get back in good graces with his teammates and move past this?
Yeah, I do like to think that the team, we are a pretty forgiving group. We understand that, we're a young group. I mean, people can make mistakes, and it's just a big mistake. There's not really any excuse for it. The only thing I think Serginho can do is hold his hand up, hold himself accountable, and when he's inevitably called upon again to be a part of this group, he's got to show with his, not just words saying sorry, but show with his actions that we can trust him to be someone we can rely on and off the pitch, be professional, and just show that he's learned from this situation. And also going forward, it's a good sort of case study for anyone else. If anyone coming into camp, anyone new, anyone current, that things like that are unacceptable. And I feel like if something like that happens again, then there's definitely going to be taken even worse, because we've seen it before.
Last hand up is Andrew Jones.
Thanks, Michael, as always. First, for Jedi, you talk about not only your goal, but you getting the celebration right there, and how you felt you held up well in the fitness, as Greg said, as you were there with how you play. And for you, Tim, just the way that you were able to have accountability for the whole group and how you guys hold yourself accountable. You talk about that as well, how you held up in those conditions down at Trinidad.
Is the question just how we held up in the game, or?
The question for you was about your scoring and your celebration.
Yeah.
Tim, about
Okay. No, I'm really happy to score again. I don't often get the chance to score. I like to think I'm playing a little bit more of an attacking role with the national team. So for that to translate to 2 goals, that's been amazing. And then get the chance to celebrate. Got a little bit of stick off my fiancée last game for not mentioning the pregnancy, but yeah, expecting another baby on the way due in April, and really excited, and I was glad that I got a goal to dedicate to them. Unfortunately, as well, with the away goal rule, it kind of helped with a little bit of cushion for the game.
We appreciate all of you sticking around late this evening. Thanks for joining.
You're not going to let me answer?
And Tim Ream's going to answer his question before I say happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, listen, when you're down to 10 men, it's basically doing everything you possibly can to get out of there with, well, obviously we knew what the score line needed to be, and when the second goal goes in, you just I just tried to grab guys, bring everyone in, and say, right, like we need to do more, not do less. I know we're down to 10, but everybody has to work that much harder. So yeah, it's just keeping guys mentally in it, mentally focused, not getting too down about anything negative, any of the bad stuff that happens, be it a goal, be it a foul, be it whatever it is. But yeah, just making sure guys are sticking to it, sticking in the game, and not looking past the however many minutes are left in the 90.